Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guraho Shri Utapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvache Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantarada Kantanamostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sukhe Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we are in celebrating the most awaited and most like devotees like this Ekadasi very much. You know? So why? Because it is also in connection with another pastime of the Lord. So that is the Panihati festival. So just now we ah, so just now we celebrate just so we'll come to this. No, till then it can be there. So just now, like no, we sung a very important bhajan in connection with what's going to happen tomorrow. So all of us, as I had mentioned in the message, uh, okay, that message is still not out actually. So in the Panihati message, like now all of us want to attain Krishna, and tomorrow is the day of Raghunath Das Goswami. This is a celebration commemorating Raghunath Das Goswami attaining the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So all of us have this desire. So there is a particular pattern, in which a particular way in which the Bhakti Yoga is executed, so that we will be able to get the desired goal, that is attaining the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So now it is many times we have discussed, like what I'm going to discuss today is not something new. Those who have attended my classes, they will think that no, he'll speak this only, he'll not speak anything else. So because it is a personal contemplation that now I'm trying to do, that am I doing Bhakti Yoga or not? So I have surrendered myself like to the process of Bhakti Yoga. I think I have did that, but then like most of the times Maya actually cheats, and takes me away and takes me to do something else, apart from Bhakti Yoga. So it is a very important thing which I try to do every day. That trying to realign myself and trying to see that am I performing Bhakti Yoga? Because Bhakti Yoga, if I do that, so then I'm going to get the result. If I'm not doing that, at the end of the life, I get to know that throughout the life I thought that I was doing Bhakti Yoga, but actually I did not do. So it will be a big disappointment actually, right? So that's why this is a contemplation that I have. And so in this particularly, we see that Raghunath Das Goswami, this whole pastime of Panihati, tomorrow we will discuss. So, but today we will see some of the essentials of this pastime, and also some essential mood and essential like steps that are required to actually attain the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So in this, if we see, in the pastime of Panihati, in the pastime of Raghunath Das Goswami, so we see that he was very well qualified. He was one of the associates of the Lord, even before he was not somebody like who was picked up in Gita course by past distribution, and then difficult to chant one round, two round, and like somehow he came to 16 rounds and then struggling to get initiation and things like that. No, it is not like that. No, Raghunath Das Goswami, he is a great associate of the Lord. He is already a perfected, perfected being. Right from his childhood, he has always been Krishna conscious, and he has always been hankering to attain the lotus feet of the Lord. So, an eternal associate of the Lord who is very dear to the Lord, and he doesn't do anything else apart from devotional service, and he is fully focused, in the goal of attaining the lotus feet of the Lord. To such a person, he is trying his level best. He is trying again and again, and he is not able to, reach the lotus feet of the Lord. So like and then finally, like we see that the mercy of Lord Nityananda actually comes into place. So, and after that he is able to safely reach the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So from this we can understand, it is not the expertise, it is not the qualification that we have, it is not the expert ways in which we can execute devotional service. So finally first mercy that comes is that, so the material hankering subsides. And when we perform bhakti still further, so then, when we become pure at heart, so then we become attracted to the actual goals of the bhakti yoga. So that is attraction to the lotus feet of the Lord. So which manifests in the form of attraction to the holy name, attraction to Bhagavatam, attraction to the devotional service, like that. So these are all the ways in which it actually manifests. So bhakti is a very amazing process where it purifies the living entity first, and then it gives the desired goal. It helps the living entity to develop the attachment to the desired goal, and then finally it turns the very process of bhakti, be it the chanting or the Bhagavatam, the very process that we were using, finally we will so finally we will actually see that that itself is the Supreme Lord himself, right? So we have this first canto, this very amazing sloka, Shranmatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shavana Kirtana Yadayantastu hi Abhadrani Vidunoti Surutsatam. So the Krishna himself, first he cleanses the living entity of all the misgivings, and then Krishna himself makes himself attractive, and Krishna himself offers us the shelter. So it is from the beginning to end, it is only Krishna. So, but in the beginning, we use Krishna as a cleansing agent, and then later Krishna, we start serving Krishna, right? So initially, we are not serving Krishna. When we enter into Bhakti Yoga, so we are still not serving Krishna, not to the limit that he should be pleased. He should get the pleasure. So initially, so the Lord actually cleanses the heart of the living entity, and then later on, he becomes the worshipable object. So now this process of bhakti yoga, is we see that there are many different this whole sequence actually helps me to kind of focus on the bhakti yoga, focus on the elements of bhakti nicely. So first is that yajnartat karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. So all of us have to perform some work. Nobody can be there being idle, and we have to perform some work. That is always there. And when we perform the work, so if it is performed for Yajna, if it is performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord, so that is liberation. And if we perform for our own satisfaction, that is bondage, right? So this is this one. So all of us have to perform something. And the two alternatives are, first is that sinful activity, and second is that dharmic activity. So these are the two alternatives that we actually have. So sinful activity, this is a very nice sloka. Ehi samsparshaja bhoga dukkhayo nayevate adyantavanta konteya natesh ramate buddha. So the senses and sense objects coming together, it is always a source of misery. Never it has proven that this will be a source of happiness. This is always a source of misery, and nobody has ever become satisfied and happy by doing this process. In this material world, people are making so much of permutation combination, so much experiments they are doing, but they will never become satisfied. They will never become happy. But one problem in this is as Prabhupada mentions, it is that 5 paisa circus. Nobody will ever say that I am dissatisfied. That is a whole this one. So in the 5 paisa circus, everybody goes to the circus, and only one person is allowed at a time, inside. And then when he goes inside, he's thoroughly beaten up, and then he's sent out. And then the other people in the line, they're asking how was the circus? Exclusive show it is, And then he told no, kali main khaunga maar. So sab log khana chahiye. And then he comes out and says no, it was so good. It's really amazing. So you should never miss. And then everybody's enthusiasm is there. Everybody is very eager to go inside. And then he also gets beaten up. And then comes out and he also gives the same review, 5-star review. So everybody goes to it, right? So people get misery, but then they never admit that it is miserable. The material life is miserable. So that is one biggest problem. So, but the scriptures are very blunt and open. This sinful activity can never give us happiness. It is not at all possible. So then the next thing that comes is that the bhakti, there is the dharmic path. If we take the dharmic path, so there are different dharmic paths are there. So just Bhagavad Gita, it starts with Arjuna wants to do what he desires, what he thinks is what is the best. according to scriptures also, like, no, he is telling that we should forgive these people, we should renounce, and no, like ahimsa and stuffs like that and all. So Krishna says, no, where from it has come? Who has ordered you? Like, no, is it the desire of the Lord? Is it the desire of the spiritual master? No, it is my own desire. That means it is sinful, right? So whatever I desire, even if I take the statements from the Vedas saying, you see, it is mentioned in the Vedas. Okay, it is mentioned in the Vedas, but who asked you to do this thing? So if it is the order of the Supreme Lord, if it is the order of the spiritual master, so then it becomes like dharmic. Otherwise, it becomes no adharmic, right? So it has to be order like of the Supreme Lord. So like it has to a bona fide service that needs to be there, right? So if we don't have a bona fide service, then what we do is actually sinful. So like then Krishna actually blasts Arjuna saying that no, this is not proper. So then he starts giving that, you see, like you are not matter, you are spirit soul, and spirit soul means like you have certain responsibility. No, who is the source of the spirit soul is the Supreme Lord, and the Lord gives a certain set of processes. Like you can either do karma yoga or jnana yoga or ashtanga yoga. So, but all of them have certain bodily conceptions, and all of them cannot give you perfect satisfaction. So finally, Krishna explains Bhakti Yoga, and then he glorifies Bhakti Yoga, and then he puts Bhakti Yoga is the process of self-realization, right? So now here, this is a very nice sloka. No, Bhagavatam doesn't take so much time in explaining different yoga systems. Lete hi like marne ka. Baki yoga systems ko like from the beginning, it is, you see the Bhagavatam, it's first canto, 5th chapter, right? So what is this first canto, 5th chapter? Anybody knows? Narad Muni blasting Vyasadeva. So that is so Vyasadeva was completely dissatisfied. So this is also another very important thing to understand. Vyasadeva, like even Narad Muni says, it is not that you are uneducated. No, in fact, you are the literary incarnation of the Supreme Lord. No, you have come to reveal all the knowledge to the people, and there is nothing that is missing in your knowledge that you have presented. No, all the Vedic scriptures that you have presented the Upanishads, you have presented the Karma Kanda, you have presented the like even the glories of the Lord also, even the pastimes of the Lord. No, you see, like many of the pastimes, like we take from Skanda Puran, or like the different Purans, like we take and amazing pastimes of the Lord is mentioned. Narsimha Puran, and many different pastimes are mentioned. So we cannot even say that Vyasadeva has not described the pastimes of the Lord. No, he has described the pastimes of the Lord. But why he is not fully satisfied? Because he has not exclusively described the pastimes of the Lord, and he has not exclusively glorified the pastimes of the Lord, right? So that is the problem. No, he has not exclusively offered the shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So this is a very important thing. Now, we may be very perfect in doing many things in our life. So, but if we don't take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, we will always be dissatisfied. So like it is very nicely explained that in the material world there is no shelter. We are kicked out of this one. In whichever position we are kicked out. We have to face death. Okay, liberation. Can we get shelter at liberation? Like in the Brahma Jyoti, there is no kicking off. You will not be, there is no birth, death, old age, disease, but still we will not get satisfaction. It is nicely mentioned that only at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, like Enya Ravindaksha Vimuktamaninas Tvayasta Baba Davishuddha Buddhaya Aruhya Kachena Param Padam Tata Patantiyada Anadruta Ishmadangre. So unless we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, we will be wandering. Either be in the liberated state or in the material state. We will be wandering. So we will not get satisfaction. We will not get like nowhere we will feel at home. So that feeling at home is there, right? So now I have reached my home. I don't have anything else to look for. I don't have anything to anything to fear. There is no tension at all. So that state of existence, that state of complete peace, we will get only when we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, right? So that is what is that sloka which talks about the lotus feet of the Lord in many times? Samasutaye padapallava plavam mahat padam punya yesho murare bhavam buddha Vatsa padam, param padam, padam padam yad vipadam natesham. So, like once a person takes the safe boat, no shelter of the safe boat of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he can cross over the material existence. He can also be peaceful forever. But there are other boats also, to cross over the material existence. That is the Brahma Jnana. Even that offers liberation, but that is not a safe boat. That's like a sometimes it is called, that's like a small, what is that? Small noka. So that also is capable of floating in water. That also is capable of taking a person across the water. But it is not safe. It is not safe to travel in a noka on the, what is that, to cross over the ocean actually. So, and also the destination that this big boat can take us through, so that the small nauka will not take. Small nauka will put us in one island in between, and thoda sa, like if there is some flood or something like that, we will be again washed off, right? So it is very, very dangerous, that thing. So only when we take the shelter of lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, we will safely reach Vaikuntha, and we will safely reach, and we will safely stay there forever. Otherwise, it is always a problem. So here, Bhagavatam, it talks about the other processes as Naishkarmyam api achyuta bhava varjitam nashobate jnanamalam niranjanam kuta punas shashvad abhadram ishvare nacharpitam karma yadapakaranam. So it says that Naishkarmyam api achyuta bhava varjitam nashobate. So there is no glory, there is no attraction, even if the Nishkama Karma Yoga is considered to be very, very amazing, but Naishkarmyam api achyuta bhava varjitam na shobate jnanam alam niranjana. So the process of jnana, the process of like karma yoga or Nishkama Karma Yoga, these are all not at all very attractive, without the devotion to the Supreme Lord. And then what to speak of Kuta Puna Sashvat Abhadramishware. So what is this Abhadra? What is this useless thing? What is this like inauspicious thing that they've talked about? That is Karma Yoga. So like a person who is just attracted to his fruitive results by following a dharmic process, it is like useless. It is very inauspicious. Without the bhakti in the place. So without bhakti, without exclusive devotion to the Supreme Lord, it is very, very, it is not very attractive. These things are not very attractive. The translation is, when pure knowledge is beyond all material affinity, but is not dedicated to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, it does not appear very beautiful, although it is knowledge without a material tinge. What then is use of fruitive activities, which are naturally painful from the beginning and transient by nature? If they are not utilized for the devotional service of the Lord, how they can be very attractive? So even if we do Karma Yoga, it should be dovetailed in bhakti. It should be dovetailed for the service of the Supreme Lord. Even if a person is doing jnana, he should glorify the Supreme Lord. So finally, only Bhakti Yoga is the life of all the processes, and Bhakti Yoga is the real shelter of all the living entities. So now the next thing that comes is Bhakti releases one from the lower attachments. Somebody may say, I have no desire for sense gratification. I have desire for fruitive results. Then if I have desires for fruitive results, then I should take Karma Yoga, right? So like, how will I take Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga is there. It is like, it is to be done by, what is that second shloka of Bhagavatam? This which talks about, it is relished by the Paramahamsas, Galitam phalam, Sukhamukadamritatra vasamyatam. So Pivata Bhagavatam Vasamalayam Muhurahu Rasika. So the very great people, very, very expert people who are advanced in attraction towards the lotus feet of the Lord, they will relish Bhakti Yoga. But I am a person who is full of lust, anger, greed, pride, and stuff like that. And I require the fruitive results. I require the material attachments. I have material attachments. How can you ask me to do Bhakti Yoga? How can you ask me to just chant Hare Krishna and then relish Srimad Bhagavatam? So I have material attachments. So don't worry, like Bhakti Yoga will take care of that also. So this is very nice. This one, the Bhakti Yoga releases one from the lower attachment. So Kamadinam Katina Katita Palita Durnideshas Chetam Tesham Jatamayi na Karuna na Trupano Pashanti. So this is a devotee who has just turned into a devotee, and then he is telling that all this lifetimes, I have been a very, very loyal servant of Kamadinam, no? So Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. So like I have been very, very loyal servant. I have done all possible service, no? Like I have done service to the extent of Aslishya Padaratam Pinastumam, right? So like material nature was kicking on my face, but still I was telling that no, I am a very loyal servant of you. I will never give up your service. No, I will render service unto your lotus feet. So that is how we have been serving Maya for life after life. And then this devotee is telling, no, Tesham Jatamayi na Karuna na Trupa no Pashanti. So this, my masters, 6 masters, I had. So Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya. And they have never become, Tesham Jatamayi na Karuna. They have never been merciful, saying that you have worked for so long, you take VRS now. No, you take voluntary retirement. No, I'll give you retirement. You can go and do something else. No, they have never been merciful. Like, no, they have always been beating me. No, whether though I am a loyal servant, they have always been beating me and taking so much of service from me. And they have never been satisfied. Not even once they told, you did such a wonderful service. I'm very satisfied. No, so like the Lord says, what the Lord says, Sakradeva Prapannoyas Tavasmiti Cheyachute Abhayam Sarvada Tasmai. No, you do one little service to the Lord. Lord says, like, I'm very grateful to you. No, you did some, like, it is insignificant service. But still the Lord says, I'm grateful to you. Maya, what does she say? No, like if you do some nice, what is it? We cannot say devotional service. We can do some nice material service to Maya, like we have engaged in Kama or Krodha or Lobha. And what will the Maya will say? Arey, like, no, you have to do something better. So like it is not all up to the mark, no. So you should do something more, right? So like Srila Prabhupada says that double it. The Maya also says, at least Prabhupada was grateful to the devotees, and then he was very lovingly told double it. And here Maya, no, it's like beating the living entity and no gratitude, and then say double it. No, it is so difficult. No, but then like sometimes devotees say devotional service is very difficult, bro. Like, bhakti, to do bhakti is very difficult. Like if we can do material service where Maya is beating us, and then still we are loyal to her, and we are able to do service life after life. Definitely we can do service to Krishna, who is very grateful at heart, and who gives such wonderful blessings, Varadaraj. He gives amazing blessings, and he maintains his servants so nicely that no attrition rate. Maya sab log bhagna chahte hain, So but then like this one, there is no attrition rate with Krishna. Once who tastes the nectar of lotus feet of the Lord, he doesn't want to turn his face away. He doesn't want to do anything else, apart from serving the Lord. It's so amazing. So here we see that, like, somebody who says devotional service is difficult, it means that he has not tasted, the process of devotion. Once he tastes the process of devotion, immediately he will say, like, no, this is the best process. This is the easiest process. We will continue this. That's the reaction of a devotee. So now we see that Utsrajaitan Atayadupate Samprutam Labda Buddhist. So he is telling that, somehow or other, I have got some good intelligence now. Why good intelligence have come? Some book distributor would have given some book, or some prasadam he would have received, or holy name he would have heard. So because of that, some sukruti has come, and because of that, some good intelligence has come. And then he is telling that, gas sab jaha pe hai. So like this is a very important this one. So 2 donkeys, they were like working for a master. One donkey got self-realization. Now, what is the self-realization? He got self-realization that gas ke liye, like just for a small bunch of grass, I'm working so hard, and this grass is there everywhere. I don't need to work hard here. That is self-realization he got. But the other donkey was still serving the master. So one day, because he got self-realization, people who got self-realization, what do? They do preaching. So they do preaching for other people who are stuck. So this donkey went to preach to the other donkey, and he told that, see, like, gas ke liye hum kaam kar rahe hain, and that grass is there everywhere. So, and then the second donkey told, you see, I'm not working for grass. I am working for some higher goal. So you don't know about that. So what is that higher goal? you see, like, our master, every time, his daughter, makes a mistake, he always chastises her that, no, next time you do a mistake, I'll marry you to this donkey. No, I'm just waiting for that day. So then I'll become the Malik of this house, So like that. So in this way, like the materialistic, this one is always there is a hope. No, always there is a hope. But then there are some donkeys amongst the living entities, like, they get self-realization. So they they see that, no, this material enjoyment is not the thing which I'm looking for. I'm looking for, the spiritual satisfaction. I am a spirit soul, part and parcel of the Lord, and I must render, service to the Supreme Lord, right? So this one actually comes, and then Twam Ayatam Sharanam Abhayam Mam Ninshvatmadashe. So he just wants to render service to the Supreme Lord. He just wants to take shelter of the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and render service to the Supreme Lord, right? So in this way, like, this is a very nice shloka, Prabhupada's favorite. He often quotes this particular shloka. So so this is the attitude of a devotee who has just turned into a devotee. Like, he wants to, like, he's just like disgusted with, all the previous masters, and he's relishing the shelter of the, his eternal master, that is the Supreme Lord Krishna, right? You'll read this translation also. Oh my Lord, there is no limit to the unwanted orders of lusty desires. Although I have rendered these desires so much service, they have not shown any mercy to me. I have not been ashamed to serve them, nor have I ever desired to give them up. O my Lord, O head of the Yadu dynasty, recently, however, my intelligence has been awakened, and now I am giving them up. Due to the transcendental intelligence, I now refuse to obey the unwanted orders of these desires. So this means this is the transition phase. So the mind is still not a devotee, no. So, but the soul, like the living entity, is turning into devotee. So mind is not a devotee. So mind is generating desires, no. So what is the kind of desires that is generating? It is based on kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, and matsarya, no. So this is the, like, practicing devotee, right? So for an advanced devotee, mind also has become a devotee. No, what is the natural desire? No, I want to serve the Lord. I want to chant more. I want to hear the glories of the Lord, right? I want to go to Vrindavan. No, these kind of desires, like, that is a trained mind, where the mind has become devotee, and the untrained mind, where the mind is not a devotee, and the, like, the devotee is become a devotee, but then the devotee's mind is not devotee. So that is a problem. So now in this phase, what is going to happen? This is the most difficult phase. The mind is not going to rest. It is going to keep giving desires. So much of desire is going to come. And what is the devotee doing? No, he's going to do this thing. I now refuse to obey the unwanted orders of these desires, right? So he's not going to accept the orders. He's going to refuse. And now I come to you to surrender myself at your fearless lotus feet. Kindly engage me in your personal service and save me, right? So when we get the engagement in the service of the Lord, so that is the purifying factor. Right? So all of us, we are trying to become the servants, and a servant requires a bona fide service, right? So even sometimes our devotees say, no, like, I ask, like, how is your workload? And then he says, no, Prabhu, I'm in the, like, free pool or bench or something like that. I don't have any project assigned. So then the masti, like, no, you can do whatever you want. It's so nice. Then they say, no, Prabhu, like, if they keep me like this for some time, they'll kick me off. I need some project. Right? So it's the same way. Here also we see that if we are a bona fide servant, we require a bona fide service, actually. That's a very, very essential thing. And where do we get bona fide service? So what is the reservoir of all the service? That is the Supreme Lord Krishna. And he has to give out the service, right? And he gives out the service through the channel of Srimati Radharani and Balaram. And now, when it comes, like, down, it comes down through the Guru Parampara and comes down through the spiritual master and the Vaishnavas. So when they give the service to us, so then it becomes a bona fide service. Otherwise, directly we go try to do some service, like directly we try to approach the Lord and do service. No, it is not considered to be service. The Lord will say, like, no, main pucha kya tumse? No, like, did I ask you this thing to do? No. So then we ask, like, what do you want? No, you go and serve my devotee. Like he knows what I want. And I have already given my like service. What is that? The franchisee, right? So and the franchisee is distributing the service, right? So you should go to the franchisee and you should accept the service from there. And what is that? That Bodo Sukar cover guy also, it is very nice, where it is Nityananda Prabhu, he has the master franchisee for all the like holy name and all the service, and he's distributing, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and the great Acharyas, they are taking us, to this, great Mahajan, and they are giving us an opportunity to render service, right? So that's why, a devotee always asks for service, So it is not like one time, Srila Prabhupada was mentioning in one class, that when a person doesn't have a job, in Bengal this used to happen, it seems. So he doesn't have a job, he goes and like assist a shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper, like after 1-2 days, like he sees that this guy is nicely assisting, and he says like, okay, no, you have done so much service to me, you take this money. And he'll say like, no, I don't want money. Then what do you want? Why are you doing this? No, I want a job. No, you give me a job. So if you give me money, transaction is over. But if you give me job, no, I'll have some relationship. So in the same way, we don't want any intermediate benefits of devotional service, right? So we want only one thing, that permanent service, at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So we don't want intermittent benefits of devotional service, right? So this is something the devotee always wants. I need service, right? So, and like through the service, a devotee gets purified. And then next thing, he gives up all the material things, and then further, it's a little more deeper aspect. He also wants to give up the desires that is manifesting in his heart, for bhukti and mukti. So this is a very nice shloka again from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Bhukti mukti spriha yavat pishachi hridi vartate. So the desire for sense gratification and desire for liberation are like two witches, and they occupy the conscious space of the living entity, and they don't allow the living entity to taste the bhakti. Tavat bhakti sukhasyartha katham apyudayo bhavet. Right? So they doesn't allow the living entity to taste the nectar of Krishna consciousness. So this thing, like as I mentioned, in the sadhaka stage, it is not going to be like so easy. Both the things are going to be there. Simultaneously, the like desires are going to be there, and at the same time, like we are going to be engaged in the process of devotion. Right? So both the things are going to be there. But here, the devotee actually starts developing interest that I have to give up the material desires, and I have to give up the desires for liberation. So these two things are not actually allowing me to actually go deeper into my bhakti, right? And it is considered to be pisachi, right? So he wants, like he's actually developing so much deep desire for this particular thing, right? So to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, and then he sees that these two are the like obstructions. These two are the kind of obstacles that is actually not allowing to go deeper. So if we see bhukti and mukti, what are these two things? These are the results of two processes of yoga. So karma yoga and jnana yoga. Always, whenever we talk about purity, what is the purity? Purity means like being free from karma, jnana, and yoga. That is the purity that we talk about, an exclusive process of bhakti, right? So now to take up exclusive process of bhakti, so these two things are a hurdle. And by performing bhakti more and more, the goal, that is Krishna himself, the holy name or Srimad Bhagavatam, becomes so attractive. And then, when the living entity is attracted, when the devotee is attracted to this goal, but still he is held back by these two things, bhukti and mukti, desire for sense gratification and desire for liberation. He feels very painful, he feels very painful, and then he prays to the Lord, no, Lord, please take off these desires. I don't want these sense gratificatory desires. I don't want, the desire for liberation, right? So I want like permanent service, right? So he actually prays for that thing, and then the Lord is very merciful. He awards that. So this is one of the first processes of devotional service. How does the transactions in devotional service work? We have to identify what we want, by the practice, by the study of scriptures, and by the association of devotees. So we have to identify what we want, and we have to pray for it. Then the Lord will bless it. So this is the process. This is the transaction that happens. Until unless I pray for certain thing, it is not going to manifest. Right? So it is sometimes by deep mercy of the Lord or deep mercy of a devotee, they drag a living entity even though he doesn't have desire. But like most of the time, like at least in the further stages, we have to take onus. We have to identify and pray for. If we pray for something substandard, Lord will bless it. Goodbye. So there is like always there is a scope for improvement. But then the thing is that this is a very important transaction of devotional service, that I need to identify this is what I want, and then I need to pray for it. So then I will get it. So for that, this requirement has to be created, right? So the requirement gets created when we develop a little bit of attachment to the lotus feet of the Lord, little bit of attraction to the holy name of the Lord. So that is when this particular desire will develop. When will I give up this material desires? When will I give up the desire for liberation, right? So when I'm constantly thinking, oh, if I get a better job, I will do better devotional service. If I get a better pay, I will get better devotional service. Or if my financial situation is very bad, I will set right all these things and then I'll do devotional service. And then my health is not good, I'll set right and do devotional service. So that means like desire for liberation is there, and this I will never be satisfied. In this material world, there's never a comfortable situation. Always there is going to be some problem or other. So what does the Bhagavatam says? Sthane sthita shrutigatam tanuvan manobir. So in whatever condition you are, even if you are in ICU, please do chanting, reading, hearing. So don't give up that. Wherever you are, like in ICU, I am there, and then if I say like I'll get out of ICU and I'll practice devotional service, no, what is the guarantee? You will not be satisfied. Even if you are there in ICU, just start doing this process. Just start relishing the holy names. Just start relishing Bhagavatam, and then you see that you'll be satisfied, right? So it is not the position; it is the devotional service has to be started wherever we are. We cannot wait for a change of position, right? And then, as I was mentioning, we should also develop a desire to attain the Lord, develop a desire to give up the material things, and develop a desire to attain the Lord. So these two things are very important. So hiranmayena patrena satyashapi hitam mukham tattvam pusham apavrano satya dharmaya drishyate. So here we see that a devotee is actually hankering to get the darshan of the Lord. He is actually hankering to have the audience of the Lord and desire to attend the Lord. So it is a very nice desire, right? So a devotee has to develop this, and this desire also will come when we perform the basic process of Krishna consciousness, that is, like following the regulative principles and then avoiding the offenses and chanting the names of the Lord and rendering devotional service very nicely. So when we do this thing, gradually, slowly, like we will develop the attachment and taste for the holy name of the Lord. So when we develop that, so then we will get more desire, nama, then rupa, then guna and lila. So we will get desire to see the Lord. We will get desire to understand the qualities of the Lord, and we will get desire to relish the pastimes of the Lord. So all these things will manifest step by step. But then first is like we need to do our process nicely and develop a little taste, right? So then these stages will manifest. So then the process of attaining the lotus feet of the Lord. So it is a very nice shloka which actually sums up many concepts actually. Tattenu kampa susumikshamano bunjana eva atmakritam vipakam kritvag vapurbir vidadan namaste jiveta yo mukta padesa dayava. So I'll read the translation, and then we will have a small it's not a quiz, it's there up in the screen. So like I would request the devotees to pick up what all the different things that are mentioned in this particular shloka. So in that way, it will be very nice to exchange. So now I'll just read the translation. My dear Lord, one who earnestly waits for you to bestow your causeless mercy upon him, and all the while patiently suffering the reactions of his past misdeeds and offering you respectful obeisances within his heart, word, and body, is surely eligible for liberation, for it has become his rightful claim. So now what are the different things that are mentioned in this shloka? Earnest waiting. He has a deep desire to attain the Lord is there. Then what? What else? Patiently suffering. So what does it mean? This he has given up the desire for liberation. So like mukti, he doesn't have the desire for liberation, right? And then what is the next thing? Respectful obeisances. Respectful obeisances with no hard word and body. So basically, no constantly engaged in the service of the Lord. No tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam. Right. So satata yukta, always being engaged in the service of the Lord, is a very essential quality. So always engaged in service of the Lord, and then earnestly waiting. No, and what is that? This. Giving up the desire for liberation and giving up the desire for sense gratification. Anything else that is there in the shloka? Huh? Costless mercy. So how does he want to get this thing? Now I will execute devotional service so vigorously that I have to get Krishna. Right? So I will execute devotional service so vigorously that I will get Krishna. No, it is not like that. I will execute devotional service vigorously, but then whenever the Lord is merciful, whenever He will bestow mercy upon me, I will be like blessed, by having the association of the Lord. So He is not forcing the desire. He is not forcing the result upon the Lord that you have to give me the result at this point in time. He is even ready to wait for lifetimes and lifetimes. But what He will do, He will continue to render devotional service. If there is some difficulty in the path, He will never complain. He will He will keep doing His devotional service, and then He will get the desired result only by the causeless mercy of the Lord and not by His force. Right? So anything else that is mentioned here? Liberation has become rightful claim, right? So for him, crossing over this material existence is not at all a case of what is that case that he needs to work for or something like that. So is like getting out of this material world or posting in the spiritual world is not at all a difficult thing. What he is looking for is much, much more. He is looking for an eternal service, eternal connection with the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So he is not looking for some liberation. He is not looking for transferal of to the spiritual world or something like that. No, he is constantly looking for the service of the Supreme Lord, and then he is eagerly waiting for it. No, he is not like what is that? Just liberation means like he could be posted in the Vaikuntha. He could be posted in Vaikuntha and he can be there in one of the moods of in the Vaikuntha, Salokya, Sarupya, and Charishti and things like that. So, but then he wants eternal service. Like as Gaudiya Vaishnavas, it is not recommended that immediately like we develop this kind of this one. So as we go more higher and higher in our devotional service, so when we reach the stage of Bhava and Prema, so we will slowly be performing devotional service on a particular rasa, right? So those particular things a devotee wants, but he will never force upon the Lord. He will continue to render devotional service. He'll continue to suffer all the reactions that are coming for his past misdeeds. Actually, there is no past misdeeds. The bhakti that he is executing has destroyed everything. Like all the sinful reactions. But still, the Lord, just to shape up the living entity and just to wash off the final vestiges, he may send some difficulties, but the devotee is very eager to go through all of them. And then he is constantly rendering devotional service to the Lord. So this shloka is a very, very amazing shloka, which gives a very powerful, powerfully the whole process of devotional service. What is the whole process of devotional service? So finally, we have two other important this ones which I was sharing in the other class few days back. So this humility, expression of one's disqualification. So when we approach the Lord, one important aspect, as it is mentioned in Sikshashtakam also, that amani namanadena. So and also comparing oneself to the tree and the grass, one who can be trampled, one who can be even cut on and then destroyed or exploited or whatever it is. So here we see that a devotee, he maintains the mood of humility, and this mood of humility is the is the one which actually like passes, or makes the devotee experience the experience Krishna, experience the goal of his life, that is Krishna. So there are two aspects, this one and the next one, the next is the gratitude, and this one is humility. And in humble state of mind, he offers prayers to Krishna, right? So this humility here, we see that Prahlad Maharaj's mood, when he is asked to pray, when he is asked to pacify Lord Narsimadev by Lord Brahma, he actually mentions this particular shloka, Brahmadaya Suragana Manayota Siddhaha. So he mentions that, till now, and then what they were doing, Sattvaikanta Gatayo Vachasam Pravahai. So these people, like Brahmadaya Suragana, so all the like demigods headed by Lord Brahma, so they were offering wonderful prayers, and like what kind of prayers they are? So they are fully in mode of goodness, and they are fully in in line with the devotional service, and they are also like not like some like part time, some time pass they are doing some prayers. Abhi Bhagwan samne aa gaya to kya karna hai? Like so prayers, kuch to prayers bol denge. It's not like that. So they are devotees of the Lord. They are very nice devotees of the Lord, and they are like constantly engaged in Sattvaikanta Gatayo. Like they are always engaged in pure devotional service. Always they are engaged in devotional service, and they are offering prayers to you, my Lord, and you are not satisfied with them. Naraditum puruguner adunapi pipruhu. So like you have not been satisfied with their prayers, and then Kim toshtum arhati same harirugrajate. So like here we see that Kim toshtum, like how will you be satisfied? Arhati same ugrajate. So this is like the Prahlad Maharaj is telling, I am born of a demoniac family, and then our samskaras are very bad. Our samskaras are kam, krodha, lobha, moha, and things like that. Whereas the demigod samskaras are sattvaikanta gatayo. Like they are fully engaged, or fully always engaged in pure practices, pure activities. And I am born in demoniac family. What qualification do I have, and how will I be able to satisfy you? So he's asking this question. So now we see that Prahlad Maharaj is so qualified that his practice of devotional service is so exemplary that the Lord has manifested in front of him. The Lord is ready to give his blessings to him. And such a person, he is telling that he's counting on his disqualifications, right? So one time I asked my senior devotees at that point in time that this pure devotees, they offer such prayers. Maybe they are like thoda sa what is it, diplomatic, or they are falsifying this one. They know that they don't have any impurities in their heart. They always remember the Lord and things like that. And they know remembering the Lord means purity. And how they can say that I'm always sinful? Like what is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur's bhajan? Amar Jivan Sada Parati. At least sometimes I am not remembering the Lord. It is acceptable. Sada Parati, that means like even remembering the Lord is sinful or what? How can they make such prayers? So then like the devotee was mentioning that it is very difficult for you to understand. So but you can understand one phenomena that is very relatable to you. So at the time I was quite new. See, being a materialist, you always count on your good things, and even if you do something bad, you may have done so many times bad, but if something good has happened, so then you will remember that very nicely. I have done this one good thing. And even if somebody comes and corrects us saying that Prabhu, you did something bad, why you see all this bad? Don't you remember I did something good on that particular day? Why you don't remember that thing? Why you talk about one bad thing that I did? Or of course I did many bad things, but you should remember that one good thing that I did, right? So how can you speak about this bad thing? You don't have any qualification to speak about this bad thing. So immediately this thing comes. So this is the nature of the conditioned soul. And it all in the very same way, the pure devotees, though they may do so many wonderful things, they will always count on their bad things. Always they may have done somewhat many lifetimes before, or many years before, they might have done something which is seemingly which is not pleasing to some devotee or something like that. The moment they the moment somebody glorifies them, immediately he'll say, no, I have did something wrong. No, I am a sinful person, like that. So, and they extrapolate that one small thing, to entire thing. They make the whole generalization of their life saying that I am always sinful, like that. So that is how a devotee actually sees that, he is always sinful, right? So here we see that Prahlad Maharaj's mood we can actually understand by comparing, the mood of a materialist. A materialist, he thinks that, one thing somewhere he did, seemingly good. Maybe that is also not good, but still he will think that, no, I've done something very important and I've done something very nice. So in the same way, a pure devotee, like even though like he's always doing something good, like, but he, something which is also good only, but he thinks that it is bad. Like, no, he has displeased the Lord or displeased the devotee or something like that. So just like in Yashoda Maya's pastime, now you see that like she put Krishna down and then she went to put off the this one. So Krishna was displeased. Then devotee makes all these things. They'll start counting. Array, you see, like, I am not at all a proper devotee. You see, I am displeasing Krishna. What kind of a devotee I am. So it'll be like that. They are doing devotional service. So, but in the process, something happens, like they count. No, I am a sinful person. No, I'm not able to satisfy the Supreme Lord. So in this way, like, they will make their case. They're very expert in making their case. So in this way, this humility is a very, very important aspect. So they actually see, they actually count like what all mistakes they have did. Even though it is not counted as mistakes, they always count what all mistakes they have did. And a materialistic person, they will always count. You see, like, this I have done very amazingly, this I have done very amazingly, this I have done very amazingly. You see, like, all these are my qualifications. That means he's a materialist, right? So a spiritualist means like he will always say that, why he does this thing, because as I was mentioning, this will enable him to actually get the darshan of the Lord. So what is that thing? So just like if a conductor is there, like the conductor, electrical conductor, it conducts the electricity when there is a low resistance, right? So when there is a low resistance. So a devotee actually understands this formula. Whenever I become humble, I'm able to hear the names of the Lord. Now, whenever I become humble, I am able to relish the Srimad Bhagavatam. So whenever I'm able to become humble, I'm able to have some kind of an experience of the Lord. And then he is constantly saying, okay, fine, like, let me count on my disqualifications. Let me try to become humble and let me try to relish, or let me try to experience this amazing experience of the Lord, right? So that is something that he's looking for. He is having some greater goal, right? So that is why he is actually doing this. So we'll read the translation. Prahlad Maharaj prayed, how is it possible for me, who have been born in the family of Asuras, to offer suitable prayers to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Even until now, all the demigods headed by Lord Brahma and all the saintly persons could not satisfy the Lord by stream of excellent words. Although such persons are very qualified, being in the mode of goodness, then what is to be said of me? I am not at all qualified. So this is amazing aspect. And then the next important factor is, so this is the conductor. We saw that if we want to actually allow the Lord to manifest, like in front of us, we need to maintain the mood of humility. And then when the Lord manifests, there is a sustaining factor. So this gratitude is the sustaining factor. So when the current is passing through, like, we have to maintain. This is another aspect of humility, which actually sustains the whole experience of the Lord. So this is a nice prayer, which touched me a lot. So this actually, when we were preparing for the Lord South Indian Yatra, like, was there. So when we had the South Indian Youth Preachers Convention, so like we were kind of studying this particular section that Lord Chaitanya spent a lot of time in South India, and then he gave such mercy to like the people of South India, which he has not given anywhere else. And so many wonderful things are there about South India. So like this is also a very wonderful thing, right? So this mood is also very amazing. When he delivered that Vasudev Vipra, like he was like this Vasudev, he was having full of leprosy throughout his body, and pus is oozing. And then still the Lord actually embraced him and his body became very beautiful. So now this Vasudev, he's remembering, he's actually citing the shloka which is cited by Sudama. So he's actually citing that shloka. You see that like Sudama was a Brahmana, but then he's telling Kwaham Daridra Papiyan. So Kwa means it's a question. No kim Kwa and things like that in Sanskrit, it's question. Kwa aham, like who am I? Right? So Daridra Papiyan. Now I'm very poor. No, poor in terms of like Sudama was poor in terms of money, and also he feels as a devotee, he feels that no, I'm poor in terms of all the qualities. I don't have any good qualities. And Papiyan, no, I'm a very sinful person, right? And Kwa Krishna Sri Niketana. So who is Krishna? No, he is Sri Niketana. He is the abode of all the good qualities, right? So, and Brahma Bandhu Ritis Maham. So, I am a Brahma Bandhu. No, though I am a Brahmana, born in the Brahmana family, but then I don't have any good qualification. I don't qualify to be a Brahmana. I am a very fallen member of a Brahmana community, right? Itis Maham. So, this is my position, right? Bahubhyan Parirambita. So, but still, the Lord has embraced me, right? So this is a very nice point. So like we can actually recite this particular shloka expressing the gratitude. So whenever we are able to hear the names of the Lord clearly, so we can actually express our gratitude. No, the moment we don't the moment we express, so our experience will extend. No, if we don't express our gratitude, so we don't say thanks to Krishna, we don't say thanks to the devotees of the Lord, we don't say thanks to Sri Guru, Srila Prabhupada, Panchatattva. So we fail to offer our thanks to these personalities. So then the experience will bloop. No, we will not have the sustained experience of the Lord. Right? So it's a very, very essential thing. So we have to express our gratitude. So the language of Bhakti Yoga is prayer. And to offer prayer, we need to have humility, and we need to beg and pray to the Lord in a humble state of mind. And then when we get the result, that is when we get the experience of the Lord in terms of hearing of the names of the Lord or relishment in Srimad Bhagavatam, we should immediately thank. So we should not think that it is not because it is because of my endeavor, it is because of my purity, it is because I am a great person. No, how much ever great we are, until unless the Lord blesses us, we are not going to get the spiritual effect, right? So whatever small things we may experience in Krishna consciousness, immediately we should offer gratitude. Then we can actually sustain, we can actually build upon our spiritual experiences, and Lord will also be favorable to bestow more mercy upon us, right? So this is the essential aspect. So we just discussed about the aspect of how the sinful life is not at all blissful, and then the other alternative dharmic processes like karma yoga, jnana yoga, and ashtanga yoga. So these things can never give us complete satisfaction, and never can act as a shelter. There is only one shelter that is there, that is the lotus feet of the Lord, and that can be attained only by the process of bhakti yoga. And for performing bhakti yoga, the language or the transaction of bhakti yoga is that we need to identify what we want, based on the goals that are given to us by the acharyas, by the scriptures, and we need to identify themselves with us, and then we need to pray for them. So two-pronged prayers. One is to remove our material desires, and another is give us the attraction and attachment towards the lotus feet of the Lord, towards the to getting the taste in the chanting of the names of the Lord, to get taste in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we need to offer prayers for these things. And when we are praying, we need to maintain a mood of humility. And then when we get the small doses of mercy of the Lord in the form of reduction of material desires and attraction to the holy name, so we should offer our gratitude. So when we do this thing, so then the process of bhakti yoga is proper. So otherwise, we are seemingly doing something like bhakti yoga, but we will not get the result. So, but if we do this thing, the result is for sure. Just like we explained in the beginning sessions of Gita course and like in the DYS or in other courses, that bhakti yoga is the process of elevator. You will get quick results, and things like that. So then, if the devotees ask, what result you are seeing, so what is that? During chanting, rock dance, head banging rock dance, head is banging down. So what result you are seeing? No. So then there is some problem somewhere, in our execution of Krishna consciousness. We have to see this, and it is not that one day if I chant nicely, I have attained it. No, the next day again head banging may start. So like it is very important. Every moment, every single day, we have to maintain this mood of humility. We have to maintain this prayerful attitude, and we have to maintain this, gratitude. So all these things have to be there. That is when, the process of devotional service will be alive, and that is when the Lord will, like if all this situation from our side, if we do, so then the Lord will be merciful. He will bestow His mercy in the form of giving us the taste, right? So, and the Lord is very, very merciful, and He will definitely bestow taste upon us. Like He will definitely bestow mercy upon us, right? So, in this way, we should try to, do devotional service, which is actually very simple. So, and we should try to reorient ourselves, every now and then, and try to stick upon, to this very beautiful and blissful process of Krishna consciousness. So, I just pause here. Any questions or comments you can take? Thank Krishna. Today there is no prasadam, so I just took the advantage. Otherwise, we have a hard stop at 9:30. So, like, instead of like that prasadam, we'll have some more Krishna prasad in terms of Krishna Katha.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, am I audible?
Some points that you liked.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, am I audible?
Whatever we have discussed.
Hare Krishna. You said Shrunvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtana Rudentasti Abhadrani Vidunoti Surutsataha. So simply hearing about Krishna Katha, then our heart becomes clean and we will do nicely bhakti. Rudentasti Abhadrani, all the unwanted things, anarthas will be God removed. That's very important. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else want to share?
Hare Krishna. So the prayer, very distinct two prayers that we have to develop, or the prayers that we have to offer to develop the desire, two distinct desires. One is to attain the Lord, and second one is to give up the material hankering. And this was very nice, that humility helps us to experience the Lord, and gratitude helps us to maintain that experience. Hare Krishna.
Some points which I have taken away from this lecture is the process of bhakti yoga depends on the mercy of the Lord, and it ultimately comes through the devotees, that mercy. Service is that which comes out of some instruction and not out of my mental concoction. The fact that Krishna is so grateful to the insignificant service which a living entity offers, and Maya is so ungrateful for the mammoth service which the living entity does. So why should one continue serving Maya without getting any appreciation or without getting any favor? It's so easy. It's so much common sense to serve Krishna, who gives so much more credit to the living entity for a small service. So this is one point which I was meditating upon. Service is the franchisee of the devotees. So this is connected to the previous point. A materialist tries to highlight the good which he has done, and but a spiritualist tries to highlight the fault which he sees in himself. And this fault which he sees in himself makes him humble, and because of that humility, he is able to experience the Lord. And the materialist, when he keeps trying to highlight his greatness, he loses the humility and goes away from the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Anyone else would like to share something? Okay. Yeah, so YouTube people question answer is better heard in YouTube.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, most of the time we'll be serving Maya, and Maya keep kicking us, but still we are not giving up the Maya. And Maya, she never says like, you are so much nicely serving me. She never rewards. But small devotional service, what we do for the Lord is so much grateful to us. But people say that devotional service is very difficult. So that point what you mentioned, so even we are being kicking by the Maya, but we are not able to give up the Maya. But once we just turn towards Krishna and just serve little service to the Krishna also, Krishna is very grateful, and he gives a lot of reward for that. It's a very important point.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for the wonderful class. You have mentioned that the language of bhakti. So we need to express our gratitude to the Supreme Lord for whatever we have got in a humble way. And that way we can get more mercy from the Lord. Thank you, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, I have a question. First of all, thank you very much for the wonderful class. My question is that the right attitude that we saw in that 10.14.8 is intense desire is there. There is intense longing for the Lord, yet at the same time, there is no forcing the Lord. But the practical experience that we have had, like being conditioned souls, is that when there is intense desire, there is like intense greed to get it ASAP, as in we don't want to wait at all. Can you give some like practical example or some tips on how can we try to cultivate this mood of like having very intense desire to achieve it, yet at the same time ready to wait for a very, very long time also?
It's a very important question that we need to develop intense desire to attain the Lord. And at the same time, we need to maintain the mood of patience. No, so this is in the previous class on the Wednesday we were discussing this particular point that the thing that we are looking for, it is beyond imagination. It is beyond imagination that the Lord, attaining the lotus feet of the Lord, is something which is like in the Chaitanya Charitamrita we were studying in the Yatra also, that prayer of Raghunath Das Goswami. He tells to Nityananda Prabhu that I am just like a dwarf person and I'm trying to catch the moon, right? So, and it is impossible. No, very impossible proposition. And it is possible only by the mercy. Like if I am trying to attain the lotus feet of the Lord, and then the Lord is, here we see that Kvaham Daridra Papiyans, Kwa Krishna Shri Niketana. Even if we change the sloka a little bit, Kvaham, very, very qualified person in the material world. So it's like dwarf is mentioned here, Daridra Papiyan, and a very qualified person in the material world is a full grown person. A full grown person, does he have any chance of catching the moon? No. As much as a dwarf cannot catch the moon, a full-grown person also cannot catch the moon, right? So, if we have even all the good qualifications and all the best qualifications that a living entity can possibly get, still we will only become a full-grown person, and still the moon is very far away, right? So it is impossible proposition, right? It is an impossible proposition, and like when I am expecting this kind of a result, it is possible only by His mercy. Just like this is very nicely and this can be understood by the example of a beggar. Many times like spiritualists have taken this mood of a beggar. So beggar, like he has intense desire to get the money, right? And then if he gets a result from he knocks a door and then he gets a result what he can do. He has got intense desire, but he's have patience also. He should have, I have knocked 10 doors, I have not got anything. Like this door, I cannot go vacant. I have to take. Then he'll become a thief. Immediately he'll be locked up in the jail and he'll get more beatings. So it is not possible like that. He has to. A devotee knows that this treasure of Krishna consciousness, this treasure of taste in the holy name, this treasure of taste in the Bhagavatam, this is a special blessing of the Lord, and I cannot force it, right? So this is a very important thing to understand. So I can only beg the Lord, and the Lord is very merciful, and I can expect. It is not that in the past, whoever I've tried, there is no failure. There is no case of failure. Maybe it is going to take long time, but I'm ready to wait. But no, I'm going to take this shelter. No, I'm not going to take any other shelter. Right. So in that way, a devotee actually maintains the mood of patience also. And it is not that the goal is going to come only in the end. Even the process of waiting is so blissful. Even the process of going through this whole experience is very blissful, right? So he is even having the desire to attain the Lord. That itself is a major thing. In fact, if we see in the topmost of this one, attaining the Lord and desire to attain the Lord. So desire to attain the Lord is more higher than attaining the Lord, actually. So in fact, the devotees who are there in personal association with the Lord, so they also want to maintain and develop this desire to attain the Lord, right? So that is, if we see all our prayers. If you see a film, you'll see that a hero is struggling for something, and then the happy ending is whatever he wants, that he has got. And if you see all our prayers, what is the happy ending? That is there. Take the prayer of Shadgosham Yashtakam. What is the ending that is there? What is the ending? Hey Radhe Vrajadevi Ke Chalalite. What is it second line? Hey Nanda Suno Kuta. So where is Krishna? It ends there. It is not that happy ending is not that I was searching all this while and I've got, I have found Krishna. Where is he? It is not going to end like that. So we see that this particular thing, this is the mood of our parampara, and it is like, in all our bhajans, in all our prayers, the mood actually ends like this, right? So this is a very powerful message, that even hankering to attain Krishna, that is the highest goal that we are cherishing for, right? So all prayers end with that, So that is the highest goal that we are actually cherishing for. If we can attain that itself is a big blessings of the Lord, So, and how long I will wait like this? For eternity. Because I've already attained the Lord by developing the hankering to attain the Lord. I've already attained the Lord. So there is nothing more to be attained. That's it. That state I want to just maintain. That's the final state of existence. Okay.
This is from Sudha Mataji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. So it's a wonderful nourishment. The point about comparing humility and gratitude to resistance and sustenance of maintenance is very, very relatable to me. The higher the humility, the lower the resistance and the greater the Lord's mercy and chance that he sees us, however insignificant we may be. So this is a realization and a question. The point about what type of bhakti we are executing, is it really motivated by service to the Lord or the subtle anarthas?
What is the question?
What type of bhakti we are expecting? Is it really motivated by service to the Lord or subtle anarthas?
Oh, what type of bhakti we are expecting? Okay. What is that?
Executing. So what type of bhakti we are executing? Is it really motivated by service to the Lord or other subtle anarthas?
Okay. So initially speaking, the question is that, are we supposed to execute bhakti, by motivated by service or motivated by any other this one, our anarthas and things like that. So we don't have a choice. So initially we will be motivated by our anarthas only. So initially, we take up devotional service like passion or something like that. We have been, so many devotees have invested upon us the mercy of the Lord, the Sukruti, and then we naturally get some kind of attraction. But then we will not have that exclusive desire to do devotional service only for the pleasure of the Lord, only for the service of the Lord. So we may want to achieve some name and fame. We may want to achieve some recognition. We may want so many other things, by the process of bhakti. But then if we maintain the sincere goal, No, so mind is still not a devotee. As I mentioned before, the desires are going to be there, and sometimes the bhakti that we are doing may be motivated by these things. So, but then again and again, we should study Srimad Bhagavatam, we should hear from realized souls, and then we should realign ourselves, saying that no, I don't want to do bhakti for this reason. I want to do bhakti for the pleasure of the Lord. And when we actually advance in Krishna consciousness, then we will be able to act in that platform. Then we will be able to act all the time for the pleasure of the Lord. So initially we don't have much choice. No? So we have whatever state of existence we are, we will react or we will act accordingly only. We don't have much choice actually. So we have to realign every time. We have to be every time we have to keep realigning according to Srimad Bhagavatam. And once our mind also becomes devotee, so then we don't need to realign. Alignment will be clear. Then we can relish bhakti yoga nicely. Okay. So we will stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Gaur Bhakta